Hello there. My name is Tobias Sid John. I live in the state of New York. I live near a reservation. And I have something I need to talk about because people are very obsessed by what is trending lately. There is a firestorm of stuff happening around race, sexuality, gender identity, politics, and it's insane. All of the drama is insanity. Do we live in a world full of insane people? Do we live in a world full of people that just don't know how to love themselves? We live in a world that's very controlled. We live in a world that is so orchestrated that people don't understand that the choices that they make are actually influenced by other factors around them. And it's insane that we have people on social media that are so fragile that their world will crumble apart unless they're able to just have free affirmative care to either be more masculine or more feminine because they don't love who they are. And there's something I've learned from studying with Allura Cian, from doing the Truthology course, Lightology, Heaven and Hell, Indignation, Absolution, the Bible Untold. I've done every course except for Tantra. I've been a student of the Meta Mystic School for a while. And I've worked my way up to a level in the tree of life where when I look at everything that's happening in this world, I think to myself, people are miserable and this world is insane. There's so much hatred. People are wanting to be stereotypes of these different categories, of these different labels. People keep making up terminology because they somehow want to be special, unique, or to be set apart from other people, but they don't want to be so far apart that they don't belong anywhere. It's so bizarre. There are people that are expecting to just get free gender affirming care because they can't love who they are and be appreciative of what they've been given. And we got people like this gentleman that I've seen on YouTube, his name's Randy, who's a veteran and has basically gone through horrific scarring and had to basically get fixed here because he was in the service. And we have all these people that are on TikTok pouring the waterworks everywhere, crying about everything that's going on in their life. We got people that look like men behaving very clearly like women, being so emotional, being so all over the place, being so wishy-washy, saying too much, saying everything and yet saying nothing. That's what a damaged woman does. You talk and you talk and you talk, you cry, you complain, you moan and groan, and you get super emotional And then you're back and jumping back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. That is exactly what a damaged woman does. Like, if you want to be more masculine, then you gotta understand. You gotta have firmness in who you are and not let your emotions get all over the place. Like, men, if you want to feel more feminine, start using a little more intuition. Start being a little more emotionally expressive. Stop bottling everything up. People who are entitled and then acting like it's okay, it's not. Because you're just using people. It's not okay to just use people. Nobody wants to feel used. Not even in a system. People are going to complain that a system uses and abuses people, but you got people that are using that same system to use and abuse others. That's not right. And I'm not going around using and abusing people. I do the best I can. I'm neurodivergent, so I'm not exactly the most functional person in any given moment, but I do the best I can, and I've learned a lot about why that is. I've learned a lot that people in this world, professionals, are paid to lie to you. So many people are paid to lie just so you don't look for the truth. Just so you don't question your reality around you. Just so you don't question what you're thinking and feeling and say, hold up, is this really me or is this something else? Nobody stops to think. Nobody stops to think, hey, I'm feeling angry. Is that how I really feel? Or is there something going on in the environment that's creating that feeling? Nobody stops to ask that. People in this gosh darn planet have such a lack of awareness of themselves and how they do things, and so many, many more have no absolute gosh darn care about what their thinking and actions do to others. The biggest thing that is not supposed to be violated, this rule is harm none. But people do it without a second thought. They hurt others. They use their words to hurt others. They hurt them in their imagination. Somebody looks at somebody walking down the street and then they imagine, hey, what happens if I came up behind them and I, did something to them to hurt them? And it's like, if you imagine hooking up with somebody else's person because you thought, oh, that person's good looking, and you just committed adultery with your soul. You didn't do it with the vessel, but you still did wrong with half of who you are. You just didn't do it in the 3D. And for all these people that claim to follow Yeshua's teachings, how are you following his teachings? By trying to indoctrinate people, by trying to impose your belief on people, by spreading hate about people, by telling somebody that they're going to hell because they have homosexual tendencies or they're bisexual, pansexual, demisexual, whatever they are on the spectrum. It's insanity. All of it is insanity. It is all vanity and a chasing of the wind. Whatever thought pops in your head is not immediately the thought that you should be invested in. I don't have thoughts very often. When I start thinking, it's because I'm looking to try to figure something out. I'll weigh something, and I'll weigh it against something else, and I'll balance it. People in this world don't even do that because they're crying online or they're trying to start a fight with somebody online. And all of this is just straight immaturity. They can't call themselves a real man or a woman because they're not even being mature. They're behaving like unruly children. And I'm fed up with the way people are behaving because it's not cool. It's not badass. It's foolish. So many people are just being really foolish. Like, they don't care. Like, what do you mean? Like, you don't want to be a decent person and to just live harmoniously with another person in your vicinity that is different than you. What the heck is going on there? We can't be carbon copies of one another, because what would the point of it be? All of this stuff that's happening, it's because people are just out of control of themselves, the way they feel, the way they think, the way they behave, and they're just playing with somebody else's game. They're just marching to somebody else's drum. You got people that are just following one influencer or the other, one politician or the other, one pastor or bishop or other religious leader. People are just following whoever is the most bombastic, the loudest, the most obnoxious, the most glitzy and glamorous. People are just following people because they think it's somehow fun. They think that it validates how they're feeling. Like, I want to be a jerk, I want to be mean, I want to be bitter, I want to treat people like garbage, I'm going to follow this person. Or I want to pretend I'm holier than thou, I'm going to follow that person. I want a lot of money, so I'm going to follow that guy who's promoting this brand on this channel. And it's like, so many people are just behaving like sheep. But if those sheep have horns and they're actually rams, and that's why they're ugh. It really is the age of Capricorn. This overindulgent behavior, sexual immorality, this constant thinking about indulgences. It is so slow, low vibrational, negative, dark. It's not going to a good place. Does anybody actually want to be in a better reality? Does anybody actually want change in this world? Does anybody actually want to see something positive happen in their lives and in the lives of others? Or is it just easier to do as the Romans do? Is it just easier to be evil than it is to be good? You know what? If you choose to be a person that is so shallow, full of vanity, that's up to you. But at a certain point, you're going to start crying around, you're going to feel lonely, unfulfilled, you're going to be unhappy, nothing here will be fun anymore. That's your choice. Everybody has a choice to make. You know, that's the nice thing about being a sovereign person. You have a choice. They call it free will. Some say it's an illusion. Some say it's not. Some say it's God-given. Some say it's not. But you always have a choice. You're going to listen to a higher power? Or are you going to follow along with the noise and social din here? Everything's a choice. And it drives me up the wall to see that there's so many people that have no flippin' idea what they're supposed to do with their life, who they're supposed to become. I spent a lot of time with Allura learning about those things, but so many people don't even want to care about being spiritually connected to the beauty of things here. They just want to sit in the grossness of things. So many people are distracted by shoes, clothing, makeup, perfumes, surgeries, cars, the food, the travel. So many people are just eating garbage, talking garbage, living life as if this earth is supposed to be a garbage dump. And it's not. It's not supposed to be some kind of garbage dump. And it just makes the divine beings in heaven really sad. It makes the Creator sad. It makes the Heavenly Father sad. Yeah, so what if I seem like I'm a weirdo for talking about God, the Creator, the divine being, the source, the universe? So what if I seem like a weird person? I'm just being myself. I'm not fake. I'm not chasing people around and hoping to get followers. I'm not going to pander to people. And apparently I've been pretty good about doing that in another life where I just did what I wanted. For better or for worse. But I learned from it. And we're supposed to learn from our experiences. We're not supposed to live in misery. We're not supposed to hate our existence. We're not supposed to feel broken inside. Nobody's supposed to feel broken. We're not supposed to be evil. We're not supposed to be demonic. And yet people just want to be like primitive animals because somehow it just fulfills their perverted desires. So many people are addicted to one thing or another. They just like, indulging in things, and they don't realize that the more they do something bad, the less light they have, less of a chance they have to really wake up. Nobody wants to wake up. Nobody wants to be able to open their eyes to see. And what's so bad about waking up to the truth? What is wrong with truth? People are so in love with a lie. A lie gets 1 million views, but a truth, 2, 3, 4, 500, 1,000, 2,000. Truth is not that popular. Why are people so against the truth? Is it because it's uncomfortable? Is it because it doesn't validate the way you feel? Is it because it challenges your perception? It creates cognitive dissonance? Is it because it would just utterly break you into pieces because that fragile egg of an ego is your everything, and you're putting your entire everything, your savings, your worth on this fake image that you're making for yourself? People just have to grow up. But people have to rediscover what it's like to actually be a child again. Nobody knows how to be a child. Children these days don't know how to be a child because parents are friggin' slapping tablets and phones to their kids' faces because it's easier to manage them that way. It's easier to just brain rot your own kids because you don't want to deal with adult responsibilities. It's just easier to numb yourself with your own guilty pleasures. It's just easier to pacify somebody rather than to actually be a real human being. Are there any real human beings anymore, or is everybody just fake and plastic? Because it's getting tired. It's getting old. How many fake people do we got running around? How many fake people do we got begging for money for their own vanity projects? How many fake people do we got crying online because they can't just have everything they want given to them? Pitiful people. How many pitiful people are out there? It's sickening. You have the most beautiful divine being in the universe that really wants better for you, and you don't even want it for yourself. Because what are you so attracted to? You know, what has your attention? Money? Is that you're trying to chase money around? It comes and it goes. It doesn't last. Plastic surgery, that's just superficial. You know, if I look into your eyes, what kind of person am I going to see? Am I going to look at somebody that's just a husk, a shadow of who they used to be, who they should have been, who they could have been? It's getting gosh darn tiring seeing people be so weak. Why do people want to be weak and pitiful and broken and just constantly chasing after things that give them the illusion that they're better than how they actually feel inside? The only way things could change and get better is if you confront the demons inside yourself. But nobody wants to do that. It's too scary. It's too hard. It's not that hard. It's uncomfortable. It can take you to some dark places if you indulge in the darkness. There's a lot of people that do that. It's not hard. It's not hard to be honest with yourself. What is hard is to change your mind about things. Because one has to stop being stubborn. One has to be open-minded. One has to stop being resistant to where things should be going. That's the hard part. Because people want to just do whatever they want. Because it tickles their ego. They're addicted. And those who are addicted know that they BS themselves all the time. But once you realize it's mind over matter, it's not hard. Takes work, takes a while, takes a lot of digging. Growth is gradual. It could take a few years. But it's not impossible. Nothing's impossible. Heavenly Father helps a lot of it out. It's not that hard, guys. You just have to want to do it. You'd actually have to dig deep. If you don't know how to dig deep, well, you got to learn how to dig deep. If you really don't want to change for the better, then you're going to have to understand that when you end up in between a rock and a hard place, you've basically put yourself into that position. Because all these experiences we go through, it serves a purpose. And when you experience things you shouldn't have been experiencing, the traumatizing experiences, the experiences that make you more messed up, or the experiences where you knew it was bad but you went and did it anyway, that's on you. But you gotta own up to it. It's not hard, you just gotta have to do it. Everything is a choice. People that can't change are those that are already too far gone. If you're not that far gone yet, put some effort into it. It just takes work. I don't understand why people don't want to do any work. It's like, do you really just want to be mediocre? It's always up to you. But anyway, it is time to conclude the video. Might get some hate from it if people actually pay attention to anything I say in a long format video, but yeah, we'll see. If somebody chews me out in the comment section, you know what that is? It's a reflection of themselves. It's like, I got no ugliness in here. There is no ugliness. If somebody attacks me in the comment section, it's literally their image bouncing back at them off of my light. Like, really. It's like, come on. I worked really hard to get to this level. If I can do it, there are certainly more people that can do it. But just don't really put in the effort. Come on. Let's go. We need a positive revolution. Can't happen if people are sitting in their pee pants. Get out of your pee pants. Make some gosh darn positive changes in your thinking, in the way you do things, and how you treat other people. Just stop wearing pee pants. For crying out loud. Have a good night.